Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Mark Isaac Potter Presents. Today we have the lovely, indefatigable, stupendous Dayna, Dayna Gonzales, and we're going to be talking today about her lovely .org, which I just made the email for. You should have gotten you possibly got an email at your Dreamweaver for your new BFF YN21 at Gmail. So
Awesome. I see it right here.
that's how you wanted it to be, right? That way.
Yes.
All right. And if you want another one, if you want like a BFF and then spell out Youth Network or something, let me know. I haven't posted over there yet, but of course I will be doing that as soon as I can. And I was going to tell you something else too, and I don't remember now. Oh, I'm going to at some point be sending you a password protected text document that will have all the various pieces of information you need to interact with your own email address, even though I'm happy to manage it as long as you want me to. But, and this all is, I'm just repeating what I said in the email. So you'll need things like what birthday did I put in and what is the recovery email. And we probably have to go in and put in a recovery email that you know as well. And then I made a password I'm so geeky. I had fun making the password. It's yeah, you'd have to be working for the Chinese Communist Party in order to figure that one out, I think. So, can you tell us a little bit of whatever you want to tell us about your nonprofit? I couldn't remember what the BFF stood for. I know it doesn't. It's a play on the phrase that the kids use, "best friends forever," but it really means. I'm going to try to write it down this time. It really actually means what?
Building fantastic futures.
Oh, that's cool. That's very nice. That gives me an idea for doing a what I call an advert for you guys. I don't know when I'll get to it because I I used to have enough sense to under promise and over deliver, but now I over promise and then just collapse out of exhaustion. So not
Certainly
getting,
work on
not
that.
getting smarter as I get older. Sorry, right, Pinky?
Now I
Tell
have so
me.
much to look forward to, Mark. You're making me like, oh my gosh, I'm already teetering on the over promise, under deliver, over whatever.
Yeah, whatever that phrase is.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
boy.
when you have so many different projects going on simultaneously, I'm sure you can relate. Like it becomes very like today I spent hours just going through a database and trying to
Yeah.
create contacts for each
Oh
project,
yeah. No,
get it organized. And I'm like, man, why didn't I do this 2.5 years ago when we got started with some of this stuff?
Yeah, I've got a notebook full of do you have you heard of Alignable? That's how I
Yes,
met
I have.
Amber.
Actually, Amber, who introduced you and I believe that's how she met you as well. And I
Yeah.
think I do have an account on there. I just haven't really dived into that because, to be honest, the
Yeah, where's the
amount of contacts
bandwidth?
that I have, like just in person, is
Yeah.
overwhelming in and of itself. So,
Yeah.
tackling another networking
Yeah.
opportunity right now, before I have my organization down, I'm like, I'm kind of got the doors closed at the moment.
If
Like,
you had a VA, I don't know why I'm talking about all this and not your BFF, but if you had a VA, what would you? I've met a lot of VAs that in Alignable. I think the prices I've seen are anywhere from, although most of them charge an upfront fee, like you pay $700 or $800, and then it's good for a year, and then you use up against that.
Gotcha.
But having said that, what would be a good hourly for you for a VA?
That's such a good question. I know I have an actual assistant um, that's just as I need.
A volunteer or paid or?
Oh, she's paid. She's paid because we have the nonprofit, we have our for-profit business. Then I also have my book stuff going on as well. So like I said, I have multiple projects. So she's just a 1099. She's a contractor. I use her as needed. So what I'm finding is like the way my brain works, I'm like very picky about how everything presents to me. So I haven't considered nor found someone that can track the way that my brain does to make it make
Yeah,
sense for me. So I'm kind of going through it on my own. And once I have
yeah,
it established, then I'm like, have at it, have fun. This is what I need done. And
yep,
you know,
yep,
I would be happy to pay someone to do. I do have
yeah,
my aunt that I told you about in our earlier session. We spoke today, and actually, she's going to be helping me out when it starts to get to getting some calls made and different things that she's going to be capable to do and help us.
good,
And then she's with the board of directors, so that all is nonprofit. That's all volunteer for now. And then
good,
you know,
good, good, good.
the goal is to grow it big and get the
Yeah,
funding and be able to hire everyone to
yeah,
run it,
well,
to get it
yeah,
off the ground. You know.
yeah, that's so true. So folks, while we're talking here, we're kind of talking shop, Dana and I, but I like talking shop, and I think one of my many theories about television includes a concept I heard 40 or 50 years ago called overheard information. And the way I explain that is to people is when you were a kid, you might have overheard something, like your grandmother saying something to your mother or whatever. And you may be able to remember that it was really uh, captivating to overhear it rather than just have it being spoken to you, right? So when I have the viewers watching us do a like talk shop thing, I feel like it's in that same genre that they're oh, we're getting the inside scoop here. These kids don't seem to be doing their hello thing, they're just talking. And I like that. I think it's really valuable. And I think the marketplace has verified my theory over the years because now look at what we've got. I mean, you're too young to know this, but back in the day, the culture and the rules in video, especially given on how far you could go back, if you go back to 19, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, they were different. They were much more conservative. You didn't do this, you didn't do that. You didn't speak this way. You wore these kind of clothes. And now, the sky's the limit. We have memes and we have people, we have all the AI fake stuff. And so this a kind of way of doing things is much more popular and has been validated as a interesting, something that will capture the interest of an otherwise overstimulated audience. We're all
Yeah,
watching so much video and stuff.
my kids. Speaking of that, because now you say the word back in the day, and I'm like, I'm not as young as you might think I am, but I catch myself saying that to my kids all the time because they don't have commercials now. And I told them we used to have to watch
Oh, because you guys get the
30.
higher paid level or what?
Not necessarily, but just with smart TVs and subscription television and things like that, like, we don't have I'm a financial advisor by trade, so I'm pretty frugal when it comes to where I spend my money. So we have a few things, but they don't have to watch commercials. And I told them, like, when I was a kid, Saturday morning, it was a ritual. You got up at like 7 in the morning, you got your breakfast, and then you were ready for cartoons to start. And maybe got 10 minutes of 12 minutes of programming and had to watch 20 minutes of commercials, to see Tom and Jerry and the different things. And now kids nowadays, for society even, it's instant gratification. It's like, we got to watch it. And now it's getting even faster with the YouTube shorts and the TikToks. And well, if you don't catch someone's attention.
The video theories that are getting floated in the last 2 years already are that somebody looks at a video and they usually decide within like 3 to 5 seconds if they're going to watch more. And it's just, I mean, from my point of view, as a person who grew up in the, Columbus borrowed money from me to come to America. Let me put it that way. So it's very different, and it's been very different several times over. Like back in the 50s, it was seen as very crass to have a product on your show. You wouldn't have a product if a detective show was showing a scene with a box of cereal. They would actually make up a fake brand and put it on
the and now that's what pays for the programming.
Now companies were obsessing over product endorsements, and working it into the script. So anyway, tell me, I'm going to go off script a little bit here. Not that I haven't already been off script the whole show. You and your husband have a business. Do you have more than one, or?
Yes. So we have our Dreamweaver Financial Consulting. That's one thing that we do. It's kind of an umbrella. Of course, we have the nonprofit, which it's a nonprofit, but it's still a business. And then I also had started a mobile bartending service. It was right before COVID happened. And I kind of scrapped it because they, said we can't socially gather. So right before I had most of the licensing, but then there was more that was required. And then they shut down the country. And I was like, well, and then shortly after they started opening everything back up, everybody's mobile bartending now. I'm like, man, I kind of missed the bus on that one. So for that, I do a lot of consulting in that too. Like I'll help get other people work in business because I have a reputation in the service industry.
So you do consulting in a niche called mobile bartending.
I do for that, and as well as financial services. That's why it's a financial consulting firm, because we financially consult for many different things. That makes sense. So
okay. So are these? So we have Dreamweaver Financial Services, right?
Yes.
And then we have, and is the mobile bartending consulting part of Dreamweaver or a separate thing?
It's separate. That one's called For You Bar, and we're in Texas, so it's like a branding iron.
Right. FOR or FOUR or the digit or
the number 4, yeah. So
4 and then capital U. Capital U.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
For you bartending, right?
Bar, just bar.
For you, like Bar X, bar. Yeah. Okay. You should go around branding people. That would be very popular.
Yeah. And that's kind of what the logo looks like. It's like, we're in Texas, so it's like
you have T-shirts for that already, though.
I do. I have
All right. So then we have For You Bar. That's good. And we have the building something or other youth network.
Yes, BFF.
That's your 501c3.
Yes.
And then do you have other things too or not?
Yes, I'm a one-time published author. I published a children's book back in September. was when it was released. And we have a second book that should be in publishing today, but it's not going to make it today.
No, no, it's fine.
It was supposed to
So
be in publishing by the end of the month. So a
were
couple more weeks.
were you Amazoning it, or what are you doing on it?
Yeah, so the first one we went through Amazon self-publishers. We learned some things. So
KDP or whatever it's called.
it was, I thought it was going to be KDP, but it actually ended up being a business called Amazon self-publishers, which kind of marketed themselves as if they were part of KDP and Amazon. So like I said, we learned some things from the first go round. So this time we're going to be doing something different. We have someone that might pick it up and like a traditional.
Okay. All right. So if people want to buy the first book, where, how, etc.
That is a great question, and it's on Amazon. So it is available in ebook form on Amazon, and it's also available in paperback. And it's called Penny and the Magical Money Tree by Dayna Gonzales. And the royalties from the purchase of that book actually are donated directly to BFF Youth Network. So,
so you're going faster than I can write. Penny, because this helps me remember.
Yes,
Penny and the Magical Money Tree. Okay. All right, great. So, nice. So, may I ask a question?
Absolutely.
It's not an interview question. I'm trying, and I'm going to preface this by saying I'm very self-deprecating, as you may have seen, and I don't like promoting myself. I've thrown away all the awards and certificates I've ever gotten, believe it or not. But at this age, I need to help myself a little more than I have. So and my therapist is very on board with that because she, blah, blah, blah. So, because someday when you have time to do it, can we do a short series of shows in which you sort of teach me how to produce a simple book and especially how to market it? Because I've written at least 2 rather long nonfiction pieces that I have tried to turn into other stuff over and over and over and over and over and over. And I don't know. The best advice I got in business about how I should run my business, believe it or not, is to hire somebody to run my business. Because I am the worst business person that.
Well,
I mean, Wyatt Earp knew more about quantum theory than I know about business. I can tell you.
Honestly, Mark, whoever gave you that advice is probably not exactly wrong. And if I didn't have so many, what do they call them, irons and fires? That stretch the financing part of things sometimes a little bit thin where I have to do things on my own, I would absolutely hire people. But I'm more than happy to share. I firmly believe there's no such thing as self-made anything. I believe that it takes a village and an army of people.
Village
together. So I'm more than happy to share my.
I'd just like to get, because I have made several short books out of parts of these different long manuscripts. Like I have a 30-page thing on public speaking that I've actually taught 49 times over the years, but never got it to market in a bigger way.
Sure.
And et cetera, et cetera. So
yeah, I'm happy to share what I know. I will humbly say I'm not the expert at it. I'm learning as I go.
Thank God I wouldn't be able to stand being in the same room with an expert, because an expert is like, I'm an expert.
Yeah, no, Google and AI and ChatGPT are my best friends.
Yes. Do you guys have a number 5 thing you do or not?
What's that?
You have a number 5 thing you do? I've got 4 on my list. Do you have something else you do? I'm not.
Um,
You don't have to. I'm just curious.
I think that other than just being a mom, trying to be a conscious parent, yeah,
Yeah, like the biggest thing she does. I love it when mothers, boy, nobody knows what mothers go through, good and bad.
yeah, that could be a whole
Oh,
like
that could be
be
a
a whole
hundred
book
shows
series on
right
its own.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. We've done a show. If you can stick around, we could do another show. If not, that's fine. Do you have anything that you would like to say to the audience? I think we should give them your contact information again. In fact, maybe we'll remember to do it on the front end next time. But uh, also, I got to get you that password, and I don't know how to do it securely because it's a password, and B, I want to make sure I don't lose it, although it's fairly easy to reset a password. So, because I can't just like send it in an email. What I usually like to do is voice it over the phone, but it will have to do it in a way that you can really hear what I'm saying because I had so much fun with that damn thing. It was crazy.
It's 15 words and
I felt
letters.
like I was at a concert or something.
That's awesome.
So, all right, folks. So, your phone number again or your contact that you give out, Dayna, is
So people can reach me on my personal cell. I'm more than happy to talk to anybody. It's 830
okay,
480
480
2462.
2462. Okay, and do you have a email they can also utilize or?
Yes, my email is Dayna, spelled Dayna, and it's
Okay,
at
all right,
Dreamweaver, like the song, Dreamweaver.
right, right. Dreamweaver. You don't want me to
Exactly.
sing.
LLC
LLC at a
dot
dot com.
org.
.org. All right, good.
The
And
.com was already taken.
you and your husband do financial services, plus you do the consulting for mobile bar people, bartenders, and you do the BFFYN, which stands for something.
Building fantastic futures.
I gotta hear. I'm gonna hear.
You'll get it one of these days.
I think if you say that to me about, let's see, 400 to the 100th power number of times. Okay, so then we have published a book, Penny and the Magical Money Tree by Dayna Gonzales. All right, my dear, that's probably so the way Zoom does this, and I don't like it, but they do it this way. We have to actually log out and log back in to have it differentiate that it was really 2 shows.
Okay.
And it will take me a few days, or it used to take a week, but I try to do it faster to put all this stuff up on um, my YouTube. And then can I put everything on BFF, or do you need just the BFF only stuff to go up there?
Um, yeah, whatever's BFF stuff can go on. That's your show too. I don't know.
No. I mean, when
I
I
haven't
put it
gotten
on
into
your YouTube, because you now have a YouTube channel. Oh, and by the way, before I forget, I'm glad we're still rolling. When you have a YouTube channel, you need to pick a name for your channel.
Okay.
And if you want it to be about all 3 things, you might want to pick a different name. Also, once we pick a name, I think the name has to be I think can be changed once a month or once every 2 or 3 weeks, but branding wise I try to stay with the same. So do you know now what name I should put on the YouTube channel? What do you or would you want to talk to your hubby about it or
Well, like yourself, you mentioned being self-deprecating. I also try to be as humble as possible. I've been told multiple times that I need to brand myself, and I'm not okay with that. So
Yeah.
I'd like to, for now, just keep it with BFF because
Okay.
we discussed in the earlier session that as we progress, we might be able to introduce maybe some of the kids that we've helped, or maybe some of the board members and the community.
Absolutely. I really hope we do that.
Yeah,
So,
and show the work that we're doing so that as we're raising awareness and as we're trying to expand and grow into other communities, people can see like, wow, they
okay. And we could actually do different emails for different things you do.
okay.
And each one, I did a lot of research. I did 2 or 3 hours of research today on what Gmail will allow someone to create. And what I did a lot of AI research. Apparently, if we don't do a lot of emails in a very short period of time, then they're okay with it. So
Yeah,
I
and
think
have I think each of the projects have, I mean, even the character from the book has her own Gmail account. And
oh
then,
well, I didn't know. My good. Well, if you've already got them, then I can just start making stuff and posting it if you
okay,
want me to. Or of course, I'll just send it to you and you guys can post it. Either way.
yeah, I'm not 100% familiar with the YouTube platform. I've never really, I think I know I have a YouTube channel as far as I watch other people
Well, every
and subscribe.
Gmail that you have, when it's a Gmail,
Okay,
it has a YouTube channel available to you
to
for
that email
you
address.
to develop. You have to develop it, but it's there.
Oh, okay. You'll have to teach me, Mister.
No, yeah, I can both teach you and do it, or whatever you want. Just have me punch in, do what you tell me, and punch out and go home, and maybe give me a bologna sandwich in the middle of the day. That's all. So, all right. So then, still the question is, when I name this YouTube channel, do you want it to be the letters BFF YN, or do you want me to spell out like BFF Youth Network or Building Fantastic Futures YN, or
BFF Youth
what do
Network.
you want?
BFF Youth Network is perfect. That's pretty much how everything else, our link tree and our website and pretty much everything is BFF Youth Network.
Okay, now do you want me to do another Gmail that whose Gmail address is BFF Youth Network 21?
No, that's okay. I think the email address is fine. Keep it
All
simple.
right, so the email that the YouTube channel is going to be called BFF Youth Network, and then there was another word or something else you said.
Nope.
Oh, I thought there was like, okay, so that's the title. All right, BFF Youth Network, got it. All right, that's everything I can think of. Folks, I haven't talked directly to the viewing audience much today, but consider helping this family because not unlike a couple of other families, we have a family in Hagerstown, Maryland that is very much like you and your husband. They're a couple that are doing a nonprofit and a bunch of other stuff, and then we have a group. And I'm telling you this on purpose because I'm in the back of my mind, since I don't have enough projects, I'm hoping to connect these different people and have like there's a guy in Wisconsin or Minnesota that has a network of networks. So it's like, here's a network with like 7 parts, and each one of the 7 parts has like 20 or 30 nonprofits in it.
Oh, wow.
And they then, because they're doing everything, they're trying to do things all over the country. So they've become more, they're building a context, a framework that can be more ubiquitous. So yeah, like that. Anything else?
Oh, Mr. Mark.
Okay, you want to take, can we take like a 5-minute break so I just built a new outhouse I'm dying to try out. So
You got it. We'll
I,
talk.
I, I actually grew up with an outhouse and some other stuff that I'll tell you about someday. All
All
right, so
right.
we're gonna log out. 5-10 minutes later, we'll come back. We love you, folks. Thank you, Dayna, for what you're doing for the world, especially you and your lovely husband. Okay.
Thank you,
All
dear.
right. I'm gonna see you in a few minutes, right? No.